The effects of the COVID-19 pandemic has forced many of us to adapt to a new normal, with parents working from home and kids out of school for 2 weeks or maybe longer. For many, there's a shift to online learning. While keeping the kids safe from potentially catching the virus is good, the thought of kids at home and spending too much time in front of a screen becomes an issue. Could spending too much time in an isolated space or countless hours glued to a television, computer, or video game have mental health effects? We spoke with Dr. Meryl Kingston, clinical psychologist at Primary Children's Medical Center, on this subject. The correlation data suggests kids who do spend a limited amount of time in front of screens but are also involved in socially focused activities where they'll have to interact with others are less likely to succumb to depressive and behavioral symptoms.
If it replaces or is a substitute for being out and about, being with other friends, going to school, developing competencies in certain areas, their energies are just going to a screen, then they're more increasingly isolated and hence can be more susceptible to depression.
Social distancing, possible online learning, and increased screen time glued to some sort of screen may add to all those feelings of isolation. Dr. Kingman also breaks down the possibility that stress may play a part on a child's mental health and isolation, as his office sees a decrease in patients throughout the summer months.
And so on the one hand, we might think, well, with the demand of school being reduced, does that decrease stress that kids might be feeling? But yet, as they get more isolated and bored, and as they have, for some kids, these kind of trauma reactions about these dangers that they're hearing about them all around them now, that might increase stress. And whether those counterbalance each other, we'll just kind of have to wait and see.
Dr. Kingman says their continual goal is to have kids more engaged with parents, be it at home or in their extracurricular activities.
We've got this limitation now that they're not in school and they're not supposed to be out and about. And so it behooves us as parents to think about how we might increase our engagement with our children.
Curtis Booker, ABC4.com.